I'm going to be replacing the AdBlue preheater on my ML350 Bluetec. So the first thing I'm going to do is check up the cards on this right back side, and before I take out the wheel I'll put a couple of jack stand just for safety. Okay, now that I've taken out the wheel, the next thing I'll do is take out the wheel arch. So there'll be a bunch of plastic screws and rivets to remove, so I'll take that out first. Okay, so I've got the wheel arch out now. So there's the AdBlue tank, and I've got to disconnect a whole bunch of these cables. But before I'll do that, I'm going to remove this undercover. So the undercover is held together by a bunch of plastic nuts that I'll undo first. Okay, I've got the undercover out now. Next, I'm going to loosen a whole bunch of bolts that holds this tank up. So the first, there'll be two holding this bracket up. One here and one behind there. That one, so I'll loosen that first. Okay, I've got that bracket out. I've got these jack holding the tank up. So there's two more bolts to undo. There's one over here. There's one over there. And another one right here. So the bolt behind the tank, this was a 16 mil. Okay, next I'm gonna be disconnecting these two harnesses. I think it's just a matter of pushing the tab and pulling it out. This hose is probably one of those squeeze and pull out. Same with these as well as these. So I'll do that first. Okay, so I've got these two connectors out. I've got this pipe out, and I've used the plug that came with the kit to plug that hole. Same here. I've plugged that hole, and I guess that's the fuel hole. I'll just leave that. I think one last thing is I've got to disconnect this thing here, and I think it's just a matter of squeezing that white bit there and then pulling this out. Okay, I've got that all disconnected now, so I should be able to now just slowly drop the tank. Right, I have one more cable to disconnect before removing the tank. That's this one here. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to take this pump out, and this is held together by three screws, Allen screws, one here, and one up here. Before I do anything, I would have to undo this zip tie, one and this one, I guess, so that I can lift this thing out before getting to the preheater, which is down here. Okay, I've decided to just cover this with plastic bag and just rinse it out very carefully because there's just so much dust. I've undone the three Allen screw, so I'm just gonna lift that out now. So I guess I'll just have to undo this bit to remove the preheater. I've used a block of wood and a hammer to just loosen this, and now I'll see if I can do it by hand. Okay, I've undone this ring. I've unplugged this hose, and I've just covered it with this little green thing. And now this cable which is connected to here, I'm gonna have to disconnect. So this one we just pull out, undo this gray thing, push it down and we should be able to just pull out the cable. And this one, I think it's just push or pull and unplug this. I can't do this and videotape, so I'll just stop the camera. This is what it looks like with the two cables unhooked. Okay, I've used this plastic pry tool to loosen this. Okay, I've had to use two pliers to clamp down on the preheater, and I just twisted it anti-clockwise, and I just heard a click, and I'm pretty sure it'll just come out easily now. We'll see. And here we are. So this is the original one, which is Bosch, and this is the new one, which is also Bosch, same part number. The only difference is if I bought it from Mercedes, it would be 2,900. From Prestige Auto was less than $800. Okay, so I put the new preheater in and also the new rubber seal ring, the big ring. Just gonna make sure it sits nicely between the preheater and the tank itself. It's a little bit hard to see, but when you do it, you know what I mean. Make sure it's nice and clean. There's no kink or folds. Okay, so that's in place now. I just have to make sure all around here it looks clean. There's no kinks, no folds. Alright, this kit came with the 3 new screws, this big rubber ring, and there's a little one. I'm guessing the little one fits in here, and there's already a ring here. So when I opened up the original one, I actually didn't see a ring around here, so I guess to be safe I'll just use the one that's supplied. Okay, everything is back in place. So I've connected this hose. It actually came with a new connector into the preheater. I've done the one zip tie. I couldn't see why I would want to zip tie any other one, so I just left just with the one zip tie. And now it's just a matter of putting everything back together, and hopefully the CEL code would be gone.